A 5-year-old Bale Brown gelding from Benediction, trained by Jack Denham and ridden by Jim Cassidy. Second, Oregon Star, George Hanlon and Brett Preble. Not disgraced in defeat and picking up $30,000 prize money. And Bolter third, High Regard from Kalaury's debut, Tim White and Michael Carson. 136, fourth Bridle Man, and fifth was Enjoyment. But welcome him back to scale, ladies and gentlemen. One of the greatest racehorses that Australia has produced, Might and Power.
Jimmy Cassidy coming back there, and I don't want to name drop, but I remember watching the 1996 Melbourne Cup where Jim Cassidy was outed at this particular point in time, and nobody was to know about the riches and joys that Jimmy was going to get after he started race riding. At that stage, he didn't, in fact, know that he was going to be race riding again. He was still under that suspension, and he's a humble man, Jimmy Cassidy. He's a great rider, as you can see there, beautifully poised on board this magnificent machine. In fact, if you just keep an eye on Jimmy's back there, it's very, very straight line, isn't it? And the pumper, who won on Kiwi in '83 in the Melbourne Cup, has aligned himself with this magnificent champion, Might and Power, in the late 90s. We'll take a break in a moment. Morville comes up pretty soon. Let's have a look at the market.
Metres. Moranti stood well with Star Marks, and he is running, and the gates crash back and they're off. Shot in the dark near the inside, bounced away quickly, and Star Marks' rider quickly heading up towards the lead. Cooksley and York's coming across on Ears Ronnie. Through the first couple of hundred, Star Marks in front of Ears Ronnie, and Shot in the dark quickly posied up to be third. A length away Sporting, Moranti fifth on the inside of Saluno, just wanting to tug for rain. A length away Calambra, and 2 lengths to Mystical Dream. Over the crossing at the 1600 metres mark, and Star Marks went to the front and now slows the speed up. Led 3/4 of a length on Ears Ronnie, similar margin third, Shot in the dark, arching the neck. Sporting is close at hand, fourth the outside. 2 lengths Moranti, Salerno, Calamba, and 2 lengths to Mystical Dream. The mare given plenty of time to find defeat by Rhine, and I would guess she would be 8 lengths away from the leader, Star Marks. Racing up to the 1200, Star Marks over a length in front now from Ears Ronnie. A length and a half third, Shot in the dark, Sporting fourth. 2 lengths Moranti. Salerno moving up outside Moranti, then Calamba and Mystical Dream going up outside of Calamba, who's at the tail of the field. They come down the side, 1,000 out, and Cooksley riding a patient race out in front on Star Marks. Leads the way by 1 length. Ears Ronnie second. Shot in the dark is racing third. Fourth Sporting the outside, moving closer. 2 lengths Moranti, Salerno and Mystical Dream letting loose with a run. Rhine going up quickly on the mare, 3 wide, and 2 lengths to Calamba, a bit flat-footed as they started to quicken tempo. At the 600, Star Marks in front. Here's Ronnie at his girth, a length away. Mystical Dream 3 wide, Sporting the centre in traffic. Shot in the dark on the fence. Salerno hooking wide. 2 lengths Moranti and Calamba under pressure. On top of the rise now at the 400. Star Marks in front with Ears Ronnie quickly heading him off. On the outside, Salerno letting down with a good run. Shot in the dark going for a run from Sporting and Mystical Dream. York went for home at the 200, and Ears Ronnie burst clear. 2 in front. Sporting was badly checked. Salerno's after Ears Ronnie at the 100, but Ears Ronnie is in front of Shot in the dark and Salerno. Ears Ronnie in front and punched right out by Yorkie. He's too good. He wins it from a photo between Salerno and Shot in the dark. They were followed by Star Marks, Mystical Dream, Moranti. Sporting's rider has lost the irons going over the line. He's piggyback at the moment, and Calamba didn't fire. He finished last. Now, he got a bad check there. At one point in the race, Sporting at about the 250, 300 metres mark, and Lenny Beasley, in fact, Corey Brown, the rider of Sporting, lost his irons, and he was piggyback going over the line. Here's Ronnie, the winner. Number 4 for Brian York and John McNair from Gosford. Very fit racehorse, and he was outside of the lead. He was always in a challenging position, showed a good turn of foot at about the 250 to go to the front. And then with the polish of McNair's staying capabilities when it comes to training stayers, he's found plenty under the very vigorous riding from Brian York. Second in the race goes to number 5, Shot in the Dark, who's got up on the inside of Salerno, who just didn't finish the race off the last little bit. He wanted to plod. He's battled on fairly well, but Shot in the Dark, Lynn Beasley finishing second, and Salerno, Craig Carmody in third position. 4, 5 and 7 confirmed by the judge. The tote dividends for the winner. Number 4, Ears Ronnie, $6.30 and $2.10 on the New South Wales TAB over Shot in the Dark at $2.30 and Salerno $1.80. Quinella $20.90, Exacta $47.10, and the trifecta $246.30 as the winner returns to scale. Here's Ronnie. He's a 4-year-old brown gelding by Ron Bon out of Eagle Ears. He's only had 21 starts. That's his 4th win today. He'd been racing very consistently of late without being able to break through, and he certainly deserved his well-earned victory here today. Shot in the dark second, was held up, topping the rise for Lenny Beasley, a 5-year-old chestnut gelding by Zoffany. He boxed on fairly well. And Salerno, a 4-year-old chestnut gelding by Prince Salieri, ridden by Craig Carmody. Winner scored by a length and a half. There was a nose between second and third. The time for the race is 2:4.58, which is a pretty fair run, I suppose, for this class. 2:4.58. Their first 1,000 covered in 64.08. They were home in 35 and 81.
Lyman Purple Gold braces. They're off.
All Attack began okay towards the inside. In fact, a beautiful line, which is now being split by the favourite, Jumalik, who ran to the lead. Kenzine up to second. All Attack settling a handy third from Benazee. General Feelgood is just behind him, and they're being followed by Shining Buccaneer, who's going forward out wider. Then Black Bean, Happy Paint, and Stuntman last of all. At the 1,000 metres, and Jumalik the leader by a length to Kenzine, a length to Shining Buccaneer, third outside All Attack. 1 Benazee running 5th, and about 2 lengths to Black Bean over on the outside, racing 3 deep. Happy Paint the centre, General Feelgood on the rail, and a length to Stuntman, 700 metres to go. And the favourite in top weight, Jumalik the leader, a half length on Kenzine. Shining Buccaneer the outside. All Attack over on the fence is 4th, followed by Benazee. General Feelgood following All Attack into the race over on the rails. Black Bean's been wide most of the way. Happy Paint and Stuntman is last in a pretty bunch field when they corner, and Jumalik just the leader from Kenzine on the outside. 2 lengths to All Attack, Benazee. Black Bean running on fairly, and then General Feelgood. Shining Buccaneers dropped out to last. Jumalik at the 300 led Kenzine. Black Bean is starting to run on very well, and then came All Attack, but Black Bean went straight past Jumalik. Kenzine battling on, and then came General Feelgood and Happy Paint, but Black Bean is racing away from them, and Black Bean and Brett Preble. It's Brett again. Black Bean beats Kenzine second. General Feelgood got up and grabbed third. Either Jumalik or Happy Paint were next in, and then All Attack and Stuntman. Long break to Benazee. You're good if you can work him out, and Shining Buccaneer last of all. Well, that was a most dominant performance by Black Bean, who sat 3 wide the entire trip, but raced right away from them in the run home. Second, Kenzine, ridden by Stephen Baster. And third's gone to number 12, General Feelgood, ridden by Eddie Wilkinson. 8, 7 and 12. 8, 7 and 12. Another victory for Brett Preble, who may not have picked up the big races, but he's certainly ridden in terrific style over the 4 days of the carnival here at Flemington. And he's posted another win. He hasn't missed out riding a winner on any of the days. He had a double on the first day, a double cup day, a winner on Oaks Day, and now a winner on final day, for a total of 6, and numbers-wise, he's been the winningest jockey at the carnival. 8, 7 and 12, and yet another Flemington prepared horse has won. He just bolted away from them, didn't he? Jumalik found little. He led. Shane Dyer remains winless at this 4-day carnival. In fact, Shane would be starting to break out a little, because he hasn't had a winner for some time now. In fact, Lawyer on the 17th of October was his last winner at Caulfield. Lee Friedman suffering similar sort of withdrawals, because he hasn't had a winner in the 3 days. Settled up 18 runners before today. And Rosa War on Cox Plate Day was his last victory. Black Bean 15, 20 and 360. Kenzine 220. General Feelgood 260. Quinella $54. Trifecta $1,319.30, and the running double numbers 1 and 8, $20.60. $20.60 for the running double. Very comfortable win there for Black Bean, who's by Rami from Madam's Way, Matthew Ellerton and Brett Preble. Matthew's had a pretty good carnival too, picking up a few of the little spoils along the way. Light drizzle starting to fall for about the 2nd or 3rd time here at Flemington. We've been promised some rain. I think it's starting to brew out there, and it might come bucketing down pretty soon. Still warm though. 8, 7 and 12, Nick there on the Sutcliffe Stakes. Favourite going under Jumalik. Very easy on track. Opened odds on, got out to about 2s, and punctured, ran officially 5th in the 5th event. Race 6, the Emirates Stakes. That's the big one of the day. They all run at 2:45.
It's been a wonderful carnival so far, hasn't it, Greg? Thank you very much.
1,400 metres, starting from a chute here. Dream Breeze has moved up. Now Sir Anthony about to move in. I thought Butkus did a terrific job the other day over 1,300 metres when he won from Dream Breeze. He had to be bustled early. And he really hit the line well. Showed a very good turn of foot, too, on top of the rise when he dashed to the front. Now, Sir Anthony to move in. There could be a problem with a runner toward the outside. This is the 4th race and what has turned out to be a very nice day. And the crowd's very good, too, considering the racing we've had in the last couple of days. Very good crowd here on course. Nice and sunny conditions at the moment. Dream Breeze stood up well. And we're just waiting for the last of the runners to move in. So on track, Butkus the favourite, just in front of Top Shot and Inga. There's only a half point between them. It's about each way of the field. And then we have Punt and Sir Anthony. Now, Sir Anthony about to move in. There must be a problem with a runner drawn towards the outside. Punt, he seems to be standing up reasonably well, although there's a couple of attendants with him and perhaps Dream Breeze drawn nearer in. Now, Sir Anthony coming up. And the lights are switched on. All set now. They're about to jump 1,400 metres. Superfecta race. They're off, and Dream Breeze near the inside pinged out of the gates, and out deep on the track Sir Anthony and Butkus, and Punt going quickly with Butkus assuming the role of pacemaker. He leads from Punt, moving up Sir Anthony right a lot closer today. A length away Dream Breeze. Inga after a tardy start going through the field. 2 lengths to Top Shot Greenbacks. They were followed by Olaf and Redder Crowd, 2 lengths at the tail. These 2 leaders are turning on a good speed now at the 1,000. Butkus on the inside of Sir Anthony led a half. 3 lengths away Punt. They were followed by Dream Breeze being shaded by Inga with the white cap. Top Shot wide. Greenbacks on the fence from Olaf. And 2 lengths to Rent a Crowd. Coming up to the 600. Butkus given a steadier. Leads the way with Inga rushing up to be second. Then Sir Anthony third. Top Shot with the red cap wide on the track. Dream Breeze the fence. Punt between runners. 2 lengths to Greenbacks. Olaf well back and Rent a Crowd at the tail of the field. On the bend 450 out. Butkus under a grip leads 3/4 on Inga. Sir Anthony 3 wide. Dream Breeze on the fence. Greenbacks going for a run. They were followed by Top Shot, Punt, Olaf and then Rent a Crowd. On top of the rise at the 300. Inga's after Butkus. Sir Anthony coming at the pair. Greenbacks back to the fence from Dream Breeze. Butkus in front. Sir Anthony reeling him in. Greenbacks and Dream Breeze the inside running on, but Sir Anthony strode to the front. 70 out. He raced away now from Greenbacks, and Sir Anthony too good. Wins a length to Greenbacks. Third a photo. Give it to Butkus, a lip in front of Inga. Then came Rent a Crowd, Olaf, Dream Breeze, Punt and Top Shot last. Number 7, Sir Anthony, the winner. Out of the gates like a rocket today, and Craig Carmody was going to make sure he was in no need of a run as heads turned for home. And at 670 and 240, number 7, Sir Anthony is first. Greenbacks, do you reckon he's a heartbreak horse, Greenbacks? He just seems to be always thereabouts without being able to break through. He'll run second, a place divvy of 410. And third prize, third I think might have been Butkus, just in front of Inga. If it goes to Butkus, number 5, and it does, on the place tote he was showing $1.90. It's 7, 6 and 5. The winner, Sir Anthony, was very heavily backed here at the last Randwick meeting, going back a couple of weeks ago, and he had no luck in the run. And the apprentice boy that day, Jason Lee, did say he erred in not going to the outside, instead going back to the inside looking for a run. And he's put it all together today. He was out of the gates like a flash, one of the first to begin. He was outside the leader. And then Carmody did the right thing, took hold and had a nice sit back off the speed. And he chimed in very rapidly at about the 250 metres mark, moved up on the outside of Butkus, Greenbacks and also Dream Breeze back to the inside. And he's finished full of running to score, running away at 670 and 240 over Greenbacks, Len Beasley, $4.10. And Butkus, after setting a pretty solid tempo early, $1.90. Superfecta numbers of 7, 6, 5, 2, 8 and 4. Quinella, $52.20. Exacta, $84.40. Trifecta, $662.80. The double, $44.90. First leg won by Ears Ronnie, number 4. So it's 4 and 7, the double, and the Superfecta, 15,000. 158, Coxie. 158,161 and 30 cents. So $158,161,000 and 30 cents change if you're worried about the 30 cents. Winner scored by a length, 3/4 between second and third. The time for the race is 1:23.14. They were out in 35.76 their first 600 metres, home in 35.67. So it was a true tempo. Winner scored by a length. And Sir Anthony proving too good. He's by the ill-fated Spectacular Spy, and what a great stallion he has been. He's produced...
Who's coming in now easy from 7 out to 10. Now Zapur coming up into the stalls. And Londolese is going to be the last to move in on the outside of the 14 runners. Favourite Basile Bay drawn down on the inside. Jim Cassidy on board, having already steered Might and Power. Off they go, and a beautiful start too with Basile Bay first out ahead of Irish Air. Umrum began fast, and there's Londolese going forward early from Sir Boom. Mushtak settling sixth on the inside, followed by Buster Jones, and back behind him is Pursuits, and then Zapur. A good way back in the field then is Corporate James. Iron Horse caught about 3 or 4 wide from Pleasure Giver, and Blazing Steel last of all by the 1200 metres. And the leader is Basile Bay, 2 lengths in front of Londolese. Irish Air a length and a half away third on the inside ahead Sir Boom. 3 lengths Umrum, who's running 4th or so, 5th on the outside of Mushtak, a length and a half Buster Jones. Rustic Dream next, a length and a half Zapur. A good way back in the field then is Pursuits on the inside, followed by Corporate James. Iron Horse still tracking out wide. Blazing Steel towards the end of the field is second last for home, and Pleasure Giver. But Basile Bay had broken clear of the pack before the bend. He's put about 3 lengths on them now. Sir Boom and Londolese sharing second and third from Irish Air. Then came Umrum. Back behind those Buster Jones pulled to the outside, and Rustic Dream coming wider when they balance for the run in now. And by the 500 metres, and Basile Bay about 3 lengths in front of Londolese, followed by Irish Air, and now Buster Jones is starting to come home well down the outside, and Mushtak on the fence at the 300, and Basile Bay with a good lead. Cassidy pulled the whip. He's about 4 or 5 lengths in front of Buster Jones. Mushtak down on the inside, and then came Zapur, but Basile Bay is full of running, 100 metres to go. Rolls back to the inside, but he's 4 in front. Buster Jones trying hard, but Basile Bay, a star in the making, beats Buster Jones by 3 lengths. Pursuits grab third, I'd say, from Irish Air, Umrum, Mushtak and Rustic Dream. Just behind those Zapur, Blazing Steel and Corporate James. They were trailed further back in the field then by Sir Boom, Londolese, Pleasure Giver, and Iron Horse is a bad last. Oh, he's run stunning time, which has just been corrected, fortunately. 1:36.5. I couldn't believe what I saw for a moment there. Number 4, Basile Bay, Jim Cassidy, has scored a magnificent win in the Emirates Stakes, leading all of the way. Second, Buster Jones. Third, Pursuits, number 11. So 4, 6 and 11. 4, 6 and 11 official on the Emirates Stakes. Basile Bay backing up after his Yalambi stud win last Saturday with an equally emphatic victory at the highest level in mile racing. Basile Bay, a brilliant day for Jim Cassidy. He won this race, in fact, in 1990, and he's backed up with another victory. Scored on Shaftesbury Avenue then for Bart Cummings. Here an all-the-way victory on Basile Bay for Paul Perry. Second, Buster Jones certainly had his chance, easing to the outside, but it was all Basile Bay in the run home. And Pursuits back from the 2400 of the Caulfield Cup to a distance that he is far more comfortable at. Ran on nicely, but a well-beaten third ahead of Umrum and Irish Air. Well, he was just all too good. Head-on shot of him here. He was inclined to roll all over the place in the last bit of the race. He wanted to roll back to the inside, and then in the last bit he started to drift out again. But it was just the most dominant performance from Jim Cassidy and Basile Bay. There was a thought that he might have had trouble backing up from his stunning near course record win on Saturday, but there was none of that. Jim bounced him straight to the front, did the might and powers to them, just led all the way. Buster Jones settling midfield, got to the outside. He tried in vain, but this horse, who remains unbeaten at Flemington, where he's had 3 starts, all of them being victories, he's shown so much since he won a Class 4 at Geelong at the start of the spring last year. I think we've only seen him be beaten on one occasion here, and he's continued to grow and mature, and he's he's really on the threshold of becoming a very, very smart racehorse. His first Group 1 win, a very good one, Nick, all the way for Basile Bay, 4-6-11 in the last Group 1 race of the spring.
Yep, it was a beauty, wasn't it? Thank you very much to Greg. And
they stand well. Gates open. And they've jumped away in a good line. Going back is Genioso shortly after the start. Gazali and Go Again in the centre, fired out of the machine. Blue Ballad, Kayla's Boy showing pace on settling down. They were followed between runners by Potomax Boy and Proud Harvest deep, 2 lengths away in the field as they settle fully into stride by Paraminth and Giggy Beach and Genioso last of all. At the 1,000 mark, Go Again pulled his way up on the fence to lead from Kayla's Boy and Gazali 3 deep. Potomax Boy outside, Blue Ballad a length away, Proud Harvest, Paraminth and Giggy Beach second last. Leaders have really slackened the speed right off and 2 lengths to Genioso. At the 600 mark and Go Again under double wraps, led 3/4, Kayla's Boy, wide Gazali, Blue Ballad the fence. A length further back, Potomax Boy, Giggy Beach coming wide, up in front of it, Proud Harvest. They were followed by Paramin and Genioso at the tail of the field on the bend. And Go Again will straighten in front of Kayla's Boy and Gazali 3 out. Blue Ballad back to the fence, running on Proud Harvest, Potomax Boy and Giggy Beach hooked to the centre. Beasley hasn't flinched on the favourite at the 250. He slipped him a little bit more leather now and Go Again strode 2 in front of Proud Harvest. Blue Ballad getting out of the pack, running on. He'll have to liven up. Go Again shortly at the 100. He's more than the length in front of Blue Ballad and then Proud Harvest. But Go Again clear and he's much too good. He's starting to edge away near home to win. 2 lengths on the line. Blue Ballad second, Proud Harvest third. Then came Paramin making up good ground from Potomax Boy, Giggy Beach, Genioso, Gazali well back and Kayla's Boy last. Very cheeky ride by Linny Beasley. Never really went for the horse until about the 150. He was cantering in front. And when Blue Ballad got out, he shook him up at about the 100 metres mark and he stretched out to win fairly easily in the end. Number 3 at 160 and 110 over Blue Ballad. They were the 2 picks for my eye in the yard and they've run 1-2. He ran a good race today, Blue Ballad. He's ready to win. And third prize going to number 8, and that's Proud Harvest, whose run was very good too because he was obliged to race deep in a sit and sprint affair and he's battled on particularly well. Giggy Beach needed the pace on. There was no speed in the early stages, and under the 57.5, she was trapped deep, coming around the bend, and she couldn't pick up. Go Again. He's a big, long strider too by bureaucracy. He's all legs, and he's still learning what it's all about. He's got a very fiery temperament as he goes onto the track too. He's very full of himself, but he certainly has a good racing manner. He was out of the gates quickly, led up, and you could see at the 600, similar to his victory here the other day when he raced 3 wide for Larry Cassidy. He was bolting. And when he let him go at the 200 metres mark, he edged away from them. He never really got serious until the last little bit, Lenny Beasley, and he's been too good. Continuing the good run for the John Sy stable. John had a terrific run when I first came to Sydney. Had a little bit of a slacken off there at one stage, but he's back with all guns blazing at the moment. He had a winner a couple of weeks ago, in fact last Saturday, with Seminade ridden by Kevin Moses, so the form's been in great form, the Sy stable. And, of course, Go Again looks like he's got a very big future in front of him. 160 and 110 on the tote. Second prize going to number 5, Blue Ballad, ridden by Greg Ryan for Graham Rogerson at 240. And Proud Harvest, Kim Bell for Paul Clisby from Hawkesbury, returning 940. Quinella 970, exact at 1030, and the trifecta $203.20. The overall time...
Right, Nick, first 3 have been locked away. It was 4's the field just a little while ago. 2, 6 and 9, the equal favourites on track. Raptor being easy. Been good money for Strident here now. Jim Cassidy looking for 3 for the day on the number 9. It's the favourite, winning slightly easier races at Morfordville at the last 2. It'll run the top pick over Gullible and Raptor. And there's been money for Zoe Regal, number 1. Firming a 1.5 to 13-2. Now, nearly ready. Here's Mr. Machiavelli coming in, and Sari Club, one from the outside, or on the outside, in fact, for Craig Williams. Coming up to complete the lineup now, and they're all locked away. Ready to run. The Village Road Show, race 7. Off they go. Not a bad start too, and Raptor the first to bounce out ahead of Gallable, who's quickly to second. Mr. Machiavelli around to third. From Dry Humour half a length away fourth, and then Inauguration, Steel Phoenix, Zoe Regal. Towards the end of the field, Sari Club, and a couple of lengths to Strident, who whipped the field in by 2 or 3 lengths. Mr. Machiavelli speeding to the front now as they go to the 1,000. Leads by 2 lengths. Raptor is second, 2 lengths Gallable outside Inauguration. 1 Dry Humour, 5th outside Zoe Regal, 2 lengths Sari Club, then Steel Phoenix and 2 lengths to Strident at the back of the field for Jim Cassidy at the 800, and Mr. Machiavelli the leader about a length in front. Raptor is second, 2 lengths Inauguration, Gallable fourth the outside from Dry Humour, then Zoe Regal over on the rails. Next is Sari Club, followed by Steel Phoenix, and still Strident last of all when they come around the home turn. Mr. Machiavelli the leader, they swing off the rails. Raptor goes up fast on the outside to head it now, and they break about 4 lengths in front of Inauguration. Gallable is under pressure. Strident still well back in the green colours. Raptor at the 300 metres has the better of Mr. Machiavelli. Here's Gallable trying hard. Zoe Regal's running on fairly. Strident is hitting top gear. Raptor at the 200 the leader, but he's flat. Zoe Regal's coming at him, and now Strident is chiming in on the outside. Raptor tackled by Strident. It's Cassidy again, and Strident the favourite goes on to win by a length to Raptor. Zoe Regal third, then Mr. Machiavelli. Steel Phoenix trailed in by Gallable, Inauguration, Sari Club, and Dry Humour last of all. What do they say? When you're hot, you're hot. Coming from last this time. He's led all the way to win the 2 features on Might and Power and Brazil Bay. He's come from last with a whirlwind sprint to get Strident home in the Village Roadshow plate. Number 9, Strident, trained by Russell Cameron and ridden by Jim Cassidy. 6 second Raptor, Eddie Casa. 1/3 Zoe Regal, ridden by Chris Muntz. 9, 6 and 1. It's Jimmy Cassidy's day. 4th Mr. Machiavelli, and 5th Steel Phoenix. They've run 1:23.2. Well, you probably at the 300 thought he's left it too late, because Raptor had broken away, and no sooner had he got clear, probably the effort of his tough winning run the other day might have told on him in the last 200. He really started to shorten stride. It at first looked like Zoe Regal might be the one, but Strident just overwhelmed them and went to the post with seemingly something in hand. He just pulled right away. Another Flemington prepared winner, and counting the visiting horses, the likes of Brazil Bay, who have been stabled here, that's 6 in a row at Flemington today, after Anthony Cummings scored with Any Rhythm in the first on the program. So they've had 24 of the races so far been won by Flemington domiciled horses. Strident is by Palace Music from Snow Harbour, and a very good win. He's been winning in easier grade in Adelaide, but he's stepped up a cog here. And another win for Russell Cameron in the colours carried by Toledo, who took out the big sprint race on Oaks Day, the Emirates there. 480 and 170 for Strident, as the pumper comes back on his 3rd for the day. But on your Jim. Raptor second, $1.60. Zoe Regal third, $2.50. It's 480, 170 the winner. Quinella $8.90. Exacta $23.30. Trifecta $106.30. Running double 4 and 9, $20.70. That's it. That's Strident. That's Jim Cassidy having a big day at Flemington. It's 2 to go. The Hilton on the Park. 1,100 metres is next at 4:05.
Yeah, if you're going to wear South Sydney.
These Apple well behaved. And there's the light switched on. Starter on his stand, grabs the button. All set to